Hey guys, today I'm going to be telling you my opinion of the rankings of the 13 roller coasters in Six Flags Over Texas at Arlington. Let's get into it. Number 1 is Freezer. I really like this roller coaster because it starts backwards and it shoots back at 70 to 80 miles per hour and later goes up a ramp and starts to switch from going back to fronts. I really like those roller coasters because they're really fast when they shoot back and are slow as like most other kid rides. Number 2 is Titan. People are mostly scared of this ride, same with me. I was nervous to go on it for the first time. Later, I conquered my fear and went on. The 240-foot drop / 24-story drop was scary, but I still liked it. I had a lot of fun on that ride. I only got to ride it once because the second time I went there, it was shut down for maintenance. That time it was closed was the last time I went to Six Flags Over Texas. Number 3 is Giant. This ride is really fun. This ride has the most airtime in my opinion. The ride has a lot of turns that are going up or down. And I really like the drop. And there's a lot of hills, so there's a lot of airtime. Number 4. Runaway Mountain. The reason why this is at the top 5 is because I thought this was going to be a baby ride at first, but I was surprised that it was way more intense than I thought it would have been. I also like how it's in the dark. You really can't see what's going to happen next. That's another reason why it makes it way more intense. Number 5, Shockwave. Also known as the first roller coaster I ever rode at Six Flags Over Texas. And also my first ever roller coaster I rode. At first, this coaster was kind of bumpy, but the second time I rode it, it was way more smooth. This is the normal roller coaster. This is the only normal coaster that has loops at Six Flags Over Texas. This ride also has a lot of airtime. Number 6, Pandemonium. This ride was really smooth. It spins around while riding. There's also a lot of drops. The main reason why I like this coaster is because it has a lot of turn drops and also has a lot of spinning around the tracks. It's a really fun ride and also fun for families. Number 7, Runaway Mine Train. Judging by the looks of this roller coaster, you'd expect it to be some baby ride, but when you get on it, it's the exact opposite of what you thought. This ride is really nice for all ages. It could be for kids, teenagers, and also adults. I would have ranked this higher if it wasn't so bumpy, but this is one of the oldest rides at the park, and I'd expect it to be worse, but it's way better than you'd think. Number 8, Lava Bora. This is another family ride. This ride at first looks like a roller coaster, but it's some kind of a sled ride. You slide down a tube / slide, and it's really fun. The only bad thing about this ride is it's really bumpy for every turn. This ride would have been higher if it wasn't so bumpy. Number 9, Judge Roy Scream. As though I never got to ride this ride due to it being closed, I could predict this coaster was going to be really fun. This is the only wooden coaster in the park. Maybe next year when I come back I might try this ride if it's open. Just like the Runaway Mine Train, this is fun for all ages. This coaster could be fun for kids, teenagers, and also adults. Number 10, I never tried this ride because after the Batman ride, I always have a fear of spinning around. But the Joker ride looks pretty smooth. I thought this ride was going to spin me the whole time, but it actually doesn't. Number 11, Batman. I didn't really like this ride. I only rode it one time. The ride spins you around basically the whole time. There was a lot of loops. Also, after I got off the ride, I felt kind of dizzy. And I also didn't feel as great as I was before I rode it. Number 12, Mini Mine Train. I only rode this once. It's a pretty short ride, and this ride is mainly for little kids. I think this is a good ride for little kids. They should have made it loop around 2 to 3 times because it's a pretty short ride, but it's a good ride for kids. Number 13, and the last one, Coyote. This ride is pretty short too, probably shorter than a Mini Mine Train, but this loops 2 times. The looping makes it same length in time as the Mini Mine Train, this ride is mainly for smaller kids too, and smaller kids could also enjoy this ride too. That's the end for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll continue to post. Goodbye.